Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome, whether you've been with me since the beginning or you're brand new. Today I'm taking you to Art Salvage in Spokane, Washington. This is like Scrap PDX, where I've taken you before. It's a donated thrift store type setup with craft and art supplies, all wonderful goodies. And even if you can't get to this store to go shopping, I think this video is pretty interesting because it gives tons of storage ideas. And she also gave me some pointers about how to find stores like this in your area, so I'll go over those a little later. But the storage ideas are really, really neat because this store is small enough that you don't have giant volumes like at Scrap PDX. So you and I might use these clear bins or different setups. I like these cardboard boxes. You know, I like tubs and bins, so this is kind of how I'd want my craft room to be. It's maybe not as pretty as some people's, but I like how they had things set up. And this store is so organized. For a thrift store, I was super impressed. It really allowed me to find things and look around. Their hours are 10 to 4, and I got there about 3:45. And I knew I was cutting it close, but I just wanted to make sure that I got to visit and we got this video. Look at all the paper and supplies. And I didn't get to go through every section, but I kind of wandered through. Sorry about that, a lot of shaking in that one. And then some areas I stopped and really dug in detail. I was impressed with the selection. It's not a big store. I was also really impressed with the prices and the organization. It's definitely someplace that anytime I'm in Spokane, I will want to go. Look at the blue ribbons. I'm going to show you at the end of this video what I brought home with me. I'll show you my little haul, and I'll also redraw for my 1,300 subscriber journal giveaway. Look at these. They're player piano rolls. I resisted these. I almost brought one home, but I have so much wonderful stuff in my stash that I haven't used. I don't know. Maybe I should have bought us one and chopped it up into bits and happy mailed it to everybody, but it was just so cool. I just had to look at them a little. And I was traveling, so I had my big purse. I didn't want to leave it in the rental car, and I'm trying to film. So not a real good setup. And I was alone, so I didn't have anybody else to hold my stuff. I should have just set it on the floor. The plastic slides. I don't know what I would do with the film cartridges. That one was a little, you'd have to be mixed media, 3-dimensional. Not so much for paper crafters. But there was just so much cool stuff. That's a thing of book covers right there. And books. Look, Black Beauty. I didn't see that one until I was editing the video. Fun. And maps. So for those of you who have seen my stash and thought, oh, I'd like to have some of that, you can look for a store like this near you. Oh, I know a lot of you are doing things with wood spools these days. And look at all the buttons. I have too many buttons. Knitting needles. There's so much good stuff. And it was so organized, right? I mean, very easy to find what you're looking for. Zippers. I kind of glanced at the zippers because my friend's always looking for really long zippers. Buttons. And vintage buttons too, not just new ones. There were so many neat textiles in there that were very affordable. I thought, I'll show you which ones I brought home in the end. Lots of different stuff. Laces and trims and some stuff that I really hadn't seen before. Paula, look at that. They had some yellow in a couple different spots, and I thought of you. There's this other yellow thing that I'm going to pull out at some point, and I thought, oh, that was neat. Really fun stuff. And it is tricky. You do have to look through the bins, but like I said, they were very organized. Okay, look at that yellow. It's almost like that netting stuff that they sell at Dollar Tree. I had to look at it. I couldn't quite figure out if that's what it was. It didn't look exactly the same. Then more and more, look at this. Okay, it took me a minute to figure it out. It's super narrow, adorable trim. Look at that. And a giant thing, 25 cents a yard. 25 cents a yard. Okay, then these they use tennis ball containers. And I mean, I might like that in my own craft room. You could fancy up the lid. They're clear. You could see what's in them. But a great idea for a thrift store organizer or somebody who wants to do swaps like this. And they had things sort of grouped by color or just variety packs. This one I didn't love. I was trying to figure it out, quite frankly. There was a lot of strange things in there. Depends on if you're more into three-dimensional or if you're trying to make cards. Oh, this one, look. A lot of blue in that one. A lot of blue. And I think as paper crafters, we don't need miles and miles of the same thing. So to sell me a giant thing of variety for $3 is great. Look at this Christmas one. They had a whole Christmas display up front too, and we'll loop back there in a few minutes. This video is really long. Sorry, guys. But I slowed it down so you could see. That one was super bright, like for spring. Lots and lots of ribbons for $1. And I don't know ribbon prices all that well, but it seemed really, really good. So then I'm scanning along and I go, what? Altoids containers? Okay, that one caught my eye. And this is just, I hope you don't get sick. I'm just trying to show you the variety. There's a lot of fabric and textiles in there, and I didn't go through those in detail. I just kind of wanted you to see lots and lots of yarn. Places like this aren't great if you're trying to make a sweater, right? And you need fabrics that are, or yarns that are all the same. But if you're doing mixed media or you're doing tiny projects or you're trying to make a stash of stuff for kids to play with, it's great. Really good. And they had some quilting and textile books here, and then they have another section that I'll show you later. This one, I thought it would be fun to buy some of these just for trims because they had neat texture. I mean, they're yarn, but if it's lumpy yarn, isn't that kind of cool? See, I went back to the purple one. I was like, wait a minute. I really couldn't figure out how much the purple one was, and I didn't need it. Embroidery floss. I know there's one color that I'm kind of short on, but I couldn't remember what it was. And more yarn. And some of those are full, but I didn't see like, half dozen of the same kind. Like I said, you'd need to be open to mixing and matching. Look at this bin of goodness. If you are a mixed media person, so much fun stuff in here. Textiles. Okay, this stuff, Angelina's Hot Fix Fibers. Place fibers on rubber stamp and cover with baking parchment and iron on silk. Have you ever done anything where you got your stamp stuck in something before? Well, I have, so it didn't seem like the best idea. Purple fun fur. See, now I look and there's just so much. I could have thrown out all my clothes and filled my suitcase. Look at that. That bag of whatever that is super cool, and it's $1. So again, I thought the prices here were really, really good. And I like that pink stuff. That was neat. It was just a bag of pink and purple stuff. And $1 for all these neat textiles and yarns. I mean, you could spend $50 in there, $1 at a time. Easily, and have a great time doing it. Okay, this is the beads section, and so they've done the same thing where they take the tennis ball containers, but in the jewelry making bead section, they're $5 each, and they're filled with all kinds of stuff. In the bead section, I didn't even know what to buy except for beads, right? Look at these. I didn't see these until I was editing the video, but those, I could have bought some of those for Andrea for her paint pouring stuff, or other people for Happy Mail. I was just filming. I wasn't really looking. Then they had the packets on the wall of larger beads that were sorted. I don't know if $2 is good for those lumpy kind of glass beads, but they looked fun. And then I just went through and picked some out. Of course, I look at all the blue ones. Sorry, guys. But I just thought they were really neat, and I thought that the way they packaged, the volunteers had clearly put in a lot of time organizing and showing you. Again, I don't know bead prices, so I don't know if I got good deals in the bead section, but still, I bought some. Those are cool. And then they had jewelry clasps and all kinds of little metal things that I didn't exactly know what they did, but this was the jewelry section. Pin backs, head pins. I didn't find any of those loop pin things that somebody recommended for my journal covers. And I didn't see those resin things until later. Really, really neat stuff. Then I didn't look through those plastic drawers right there, but then I went to this file cabinet that was farther over, and I thought it was really cool. So State Fair type ribbons and pins and keys, a whole drawer of keys. So if you wanted to do some kind of project, or if you wanted to, put one on a journal cover. I didn't see any postage stamps, and I was going to ask the lady, and then I got sidetracked. But I bet they were in some drawers somewhere. But I just really think it was a really nicely done store. Quilt books, origami, fabric collage, all sorts of quilt, crochet, fun stuff. Corks, $1 for a small lunch bag. I think that's a pretty good price. I don't know. I don't buy corks. More books. And then look, templates, stencils, alphabets and numbers. I didn't look through the stencils. I didn't even see that until I was editing. Like I've said, I can't edit, or I can't video and shop. I can do one or the other. You can tell when the video is really bad. It's when I start shopping and then I forget, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be filming. So this is the front section, and it had a bunch of Christmas stuff. And then it has all these really neat miniature vintage bottles. And they didn't clean them up, which I think is cool. So if you were trying to do something and you wanted some sort of display where they looked old and messy, well, they still look old and messy. And I'm going to stick my hand in here at some point so you can see the scale, because these things are tiny little adorable bottles. They're not big. See, there's my giant hand. So you can see they are tiny, tiny. Super, super cute. And they had quite a few of them because it's a case, a crate on its side. And then the bottom shelf is full too. We'll take a peek at that in a minute. Those might just be neat storage in your craft room too. You could put them on a desk or a table and put little paper clips or beads or embellishments in them. Add a little style, not so much plastic. See, they're adorable. I thought that was fun. More vintage pictures in there. And then this is the front section where they have the tennis ball containers again with various Christmas items. So some that you could use on cards, some that are 3-dimensional. And these were $5 a tube. Is that what you call them? I think it's a tube of tennis balls. I don't know. But look, bunch of ribbon wrapped around the outside for you. Little embellishments. Joy to the world. I didn't see those tags before either. Those are pretty cute. And a little cow ornament. And then just different ribbons. I like those little white trees. I don't know what I would do with that white tree, but I liked it. And then I went around the back. There's more of those. Joy to the world and Noel. Those are neat. And there's a white tree in one back here that I like too. See that one? Another one of those little white trees. Maybe I need like a train set or something. And like Scrap PDX, so Scrap PDX is in Portland, Oregon. These people do collage kits too. These are fun to look at because it gives you ideas. Like they had a coin wrapper in there. That's not something I would think to use. A bunch of beads. So if you're in one of these stores or you're looking at this video, you can think about ways to shop in your own house. It's a nonprofit organizations and it's 100% recycled. Look, that one has little flags in it. Just fun stuff that you might not think to use in your paper crafting. So here's some information about the store. They do memberships so you can support them, kind of like you'd be a member of a museum or a zoo or something. And you don't have to be a member to shop there or to take any other classes. But if you are a member, they're happy to have your support. Donations they take: art supplies, frames and signage, containers, office supplies, doodads, widgets, and whatnots. And you can also volunteer. ArtSalvageSpokane.com is their website. And I found them on Instagram. Oh, there it is down there. At Art Salvage is their Instagram. So you can get ideas on there. And when I was talking to the lady, she was super helpful, and I told her I love stores like this. She said to look up creative reuse. So I've talked about how when I travel, I Google art supplies and craft supplies, Google creative reuse or creative reuse store, or search for something like that near you to find these. We have a few things to take care of. First of all, I remembered that the journal has not been claimed. I need to redraw for my 1,300 subscriber journal giveaway. I don't know what the best protocol is or what's the most fair, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the original video, and I'm going to do the same search where I search for the word journal. I got 56 comments, and I'm going to push start. The only thing is, I should probably check to see, do we have to cut? I don't know. We'll just filter it and we'll see who wins. And then that's going to be the new winner because it didn't get claimed. Here we go. Selected, start. And then I'm going to show you what I hauled from Art Salvage. And I haven't peeked all the way in the haul, so it'll be fun to see together because I haven't taken things apart. Oh my gosh. Okay, the winner is Miss Rosita Brown. Let's see what she picked. She said, congratulations on your 1,300 subscribers. I love both your journals. Either one is just beautiful and would be awesome to win, as I'm trying to learn how to make one of my own. So it would be awesome to have it in person. Oh, she didn't. Okay, wait. As well as to use and enjoy. Love the Traveler's Journal the best. How about if I give you till Sunday night? You leave me a message down below this video and then message me on Instagram. I know we've talked, but I can't remember if I have your address. I don't think I do, but just leave me a message down there so it's fair, and I will send you the Traveler's Journal. I'm so excited for you, and I can't remember if I've put a strap on it or whatever, but we can email or message about it later. And then I think for 1,500, I'm still trying to decide. Some of you will comment on my last video and we'll decide what we do for that subscriber giveaway. You saw this in the video for shopping. They only had this green one that I saw. It's not quite Christmassy, you know. I think I like my greens a little bit brighter, but I might have some Christmas stuff that it goes with. If nothing else, it's cool. Like, it wouldn't be my first choice for color, but I just really love it. So I bought like 4 yards. I bought enough to share. I think it was $1, right? It was crazy. I'm not a bead person, so I didn't know which beads to buy, but this jar of beads was $1, and it seemed really fun to me. So let's just move these rosettes. I made rosettes while I was traveling. Let's take these out, dump these in, see what we got. I think they're all plastic, but they're really cool looking. Really, really fun. So I like those. And then these green hearts I picked up. And these. And I thought I would use these for Happy Mail because I don't have bead skills. It's not really a thing I do. And I wanted to do one of these Altoids boxes, you know, where you do an altered item. I hate Altoids. I totally hate them. So I thought, okay, so I picked up one of those. And then, I don't know if I mentioned it a while ago, I don't have any lace. And I think my mom is going to give me some, but for $3, I also had a really hard time resisting the holiday packs, you guys. Those ones that had all kinds of neat stuff in them. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so the question is, did we get $3 worth of stuff? Yeah. This looks like it's probably at least a yard. And look at it. It's super cute. I would like to put some of this on journals or cards. Edge the pockets with it instead of always using dies. I thought that would be fun. Here's some more. And I don't really get into shabby. Should I wash this? Is that weird? So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it. Maybe I'll full on tea dye some of it. I don't love this one. I mean, it's okay, but I really like this one. This one I like. And imagine using some of this and some of this. That'll be fun. Okay, you know I'm a sucker for the blue. Even light blue. It was just too cute. Oh, they taped it up. I think that's pretty fun. I think I will definitely use that one. And it's, I mean, there's a lot of it in there. I think we're definitely past our $3 worth. Okay, so this is, ooh, this one's cute. This is just a tiny little piece, but see, the thing is, this is plenty to make a card with, right? I mean, as a card or mini album maker, you really don't need much in length. Oh, look at this one, you guys. I love the roses on it. This is cool. I might turn into a shabby crafter at this rate. Love that one. Can't even decide which one to unwrap. This one is super cool. This might be neat for like tuck spots or a journal cover or the band around. Ooh, kind of like what I did with the Santas, but like a band around the outside of a journal. I mean, obviously not over the Santas, but how cool would it have been? I could have put this on and then put the Santas, so you had the lace peeking out. Ooh, I really like that one. That'll be fun because it's so wide. I could use it for a lot of different layers. Let's see, we already looked at that one, didn't love it. This one is, it's like gathered. Like maybe you're supposed to put it on clothes. So it's going to be a little trickier to get it to lay flat. I don't know. Can you pop that seam at the top? Either way, I'm sure there's something cute I can do with that one. Okay, whatever this is kind of weird. Kind of very vintage looking. Not my style. This one probably not so much. But, you know, maybe I just have to see it. Maybe I'll watch a video or one of you guys will give me an idea. It's also very dingy looking. I don't love that. Okay, then there's a pink one. I can't quite get my giant hands in there. These are tennis ball packages. Didn't you guys think that was cool as far as for a thrift store for packaging? So I thought that was neat. Ooh, this one's weird. It's like netting. Like it's very, very sturdy. And again, it's gathered at the top. So it would be a little bit tricky to get it to lay down. But I think you could play with it. And I think I could just mess with the top of it and see if it's gathered. Then maybe you could ungather it. But definitely $3 worth. And I like the idea of it's not a full-on grab bag. You can kind of see in there and pick what you want. I'm working on Auburn Lane still. And I'll be back this weekend with the last collaboration for the Bourbon Creek Crafts Sunday videos. Be sure you're watching those. I've been making cards, but people are making all kinds of great stuff, and we're having lots of fun. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.